Hello, good evening. Can you listen to me, Omar?
Yes, can you listen to me? I'm listening to you.
Perfect. Okay. Yes. So let's begin with this. I was waiting for more students, but it's a little bit late. So let's begin. Okay. How are you been this week?
Fine, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, I've been really busy in my job and with my family, so I have some troubles with the school, the
Okay.
university, and the English course.
Oh,
But I'm working on that.
okay. That's important. So today we are going to talk about the place we live. Okay. So
Okay,
in this presentation, well, we have the Spanish subtitles. I know you don't need them, but you just ignore them.
okay.
So, where did you live? Where did you live?
I live in Mexico City in Coyoacan.
Coyoacán. So that is a urban area, right?
Yes, it's like a municipio, but in Mexico City we got no municipios. We got alcaldías.
Mm-hmm.
So the alcaldía is Coyoacán.
Coyoacán. Okay, and how long have you been living there? I mean, how long have you lived there?
All my life, 29 years.
All your life, since you were very, very young? I mean, since you were a child?
Yes.
Oh, but
Well,
you,
in Coyoacán, but of course I changed in from I lived with my parents when I was young, and then now I live with my wife and my daughter. So it's really near, but it's another place.
it's another place. Okay. And do you like that place? Do you like that area?
Yes, I think it's a great place. Well, sometimes I talk with some friends, and they tell me that in this area, the south of the city, is really near from the center and from the working areas. So, but I think it's great. Yeah, also it's growing really fast. I can think in one place and I can go in less than 10 minutes. So I think
Really?
it's a good place. Yes, and one of the first reasons it's my job. I can go walking to my job, and I am only walk 5 minutes, and I get there.
It
So
takes you five
it's
minutes?
really near.
Yeah, it is. 5 minutes walking, it's like 2 blocks, no?
Yes, it's really fast, and I have some partners at work, and in they sometimes late. They drive like 1 hour, 2 hours to get to
Uh,
the job. So
so-
I think I'm blessed.
yes, you are. And is it expensive being there? I mean, live there, living there?
Well, I know in all the city in Mexico City, you can find many parts that are expensive and or cheap. But I think it's a regular place. It's not really expensive, but it's no cheap. So I think it's great.
I'm going to look for some places there in Coyoacán. So, but you haven't lived anywhere else, right? No, you told me no. And you like your neighborhood then? What can you find there? Because I have heard about Coyoacán like something very cultural. Is it true?
Yes, well, the center of the alcaldía of Coyoacán, there is a big place. The downtown got a church, many restaurants, and I hear some. One day I read or I listen that the center of Coyoacán, it's the second. The downtown is the second most popular downtown in all Mexico. So
Oh, really?
yes, yes, I think it's because of the church. It's really nice and many legends and
Where? I have
yes.
been in a church, but it's not in downtown. It's like outside. I don't know how to say it, but it's called El Convento de Carmen. Carmen.
Yes, it's really near from there. It's like 10 minutes walking to that one to the downtown. And yes,
Once I
it's a cathedral.
once I went there to a concert. It was
Yes.
a classical music concert. But it's the only time that I have been nearby there. No? And
You
it looks very nice to me. I thought it was a little bit expensive.
well, there are some areas, but yes, in the downtown it's really expensive because there are colonial houses and historical historical places, so it's really expensive.
Oh,
But where I live, that it's near to another one alcaldía that is Xochimilco. It's
oh,
more to the south of the city, so there is a little bit cheaper.
cheaper.
But but from my house to the downtown, I think it's like 20 minutes. So it's not really far.
No, no, it isn't. So it's
I
worth it.
think.
Ah, that's nice. I'm gonna go one day.
Sure, you're invited.
Thank you. What is your neighborhood like? I mean, well, I
Well,
don't know exactly, but you
I live
told me
in.
that it's downtown. Why is it? It's not at the suburbs. It's like the urban area.
I think it's like a suburbs. Well, let me tell you. I suppose you know this part of the city. It's called Cuapa.
Oh, I
It's
know that one.
near.
Yes.
Yes, it's near. I used to live in Cuapa all my life when I was a child and then a teenager and then a grown one. But I changed my residence. I think 4 years ago, and I live a little closer to the downtown. But but yes, it's all the kind of neighbors, and I think there are really particular neighbors because well, what I see, and it's the regular thing. I see many young people
Mhm,
with professional studies
mhm,
than trying to get a better life. So it's the I think it's the regular the
mhm.
regular kind of people in this part.
In that part. Oh,
Yes.
yes, I know Papa because actually the Ilse's offices are there in Papa.
Yeah, sure. It's near to the Tech of Monterrey, right?
Exactly. Yes, very, very close.
Yes. I think 1 month ago I talked with another one teacher, and she told me she's my neighbor from there. So
No, really? No.
yes, I
So
think you were from Mexico City too, but you don't, right?
no, no. I live a little bit far away for right now.
Yeah. Really?
But I think that in Cuapa, the neighborhood is like quiet, no? I don't know.
Yes. Yes, it is. Well, we got some areas really horrible and conflictive. There are because we got two alcaldías that are dangerous and another better, and it's called Tláhuac and it's Tapalapa. So there were another kind of people. I suppose it's horrible what I'm going to say, but I sound like Donald Trump, but I suppose there are good people too. I assume, but I when I drive from my house to that place because I got my car. I don't know how do you say this part of the car with signs and letters that you need to drive.
Mm,
Las placas.
uh, I didn't get.
So I go to the Estado de Mexico to verify my car So I need to pass through Tláhuac and Iztapalapa,
Uh-huh.
and sorry, but it's horrible. It's like houses, like people build themselves them houses. So
And they
sometimes you
didn't
just
finish them, no?
you see a small structure, but then they say, "Oh, we need a second floor," and it's a big one. So you think that it's really dangerous, and the people there, well, I suppose they were great persons,
I
but
have heard
the
about that.
highest index of crime are in that place. So I don't know.
Yes, I have heard about that Iztapalapa and another area that is very famous now in Mexico is Ecatepec. So it's kind of that
Yes,
because,
yes,
well,
yes, yes,
those are like the suburbs, no? That's outside the city. And yes,
yes,
the houses are different and the people is different. We can notice that. No? It's like very clear to see when you go to the downtown and then you go out and you go to the suburbs, you can see the difference. Even the houses and the services and everything is cheaper if you go over there to the
yes,
suburbs.
sure.
Because if you go to the downtown there in the center, things may be more expensive than if you go to there is the or those places, the houses. When you are looking for a house in the city center is very expensive in apartment. I was trying to, well, I was looking for an apartment there, but they are a little bit expensive. And I
Yes,
found some others that are like in those suburbs, not exactly there in Iztapalapa, but in other places, a little bit cheaper. So I think
yes, sure.
as,
Well,
as
also because the young people, even professional people with jobs and a good salary, that people can't pay a department or a house in downtown area. It's really hard.
that's
And
the thing,
if yes, so I don't know what's happening, but
I think
uh, as a lawyer, I know many. There is one trail called hipotecarios judgment. So the people can't pay the
the
hypothec,
houses. Uh-huh.
and the bank could say them, sorry, but you owe me a lot of money, also many very much money,
And
and
they take the house back.
I need your house. So sorry, you
Yeah.
owe me 3 millions. The house its value in 3 millions and a half. So here are your $5,000 pesos, and see you.
You
So
buy
the
Texas.
people, yes. So
Yeah.
many, so the expectative in that way is that in 15 years, 20 years maybe, a lot of houses in the downtown and in the expensive places are going to be well, the people that live in there need to go to another one places because
Mhm.
they will cannot pay the price.
The prices.
So it's a good one chance from people that got a better life. I hope in that moment I can get there
Mhm.
and buy the debt. No, how do you say deuda?
That that.
Yeah, there's the debt
Mhm.
and to the bank, and you can get a good one house on a cheaper price in a good one place.
Mhm.
So
But
let's wait.
those houses were taken, no, from others that couldn't pay. Or
Yes, yes. Well, the bank it says I need the money, not the house. So in the judge, they make like a, I don't know how do you say subasta,
yes,
but
I
they
know.
do that. So the that starts and there are three subastas.
You can
So
get
in the
cheaper, no?
yes, in the first one is like a 70% of the price. In the second one, the 50%. And in the third one, the last one is like a 30% of the price, or one house valued in 5 million pesos or 10 million pesos, you can carry it in 3 million. So it's great.
Oh, wow.
And you, well, the all this pressure, all this trail, it's not really fast. You can, the more like 3 years maybe.
Wow.
But well, for the price, maybe it worth it.
Yes, but I think that if you are looking for a place to live, it's like not convenient, no? Or I mean, it's too long, waiting too long.
Yes,
So
well, you can be in that place. I mean, you pay the price and you go to the house, but all the procedure to
that that
go
continues.
to get the papers in your with your name, it's the thing that it's really late. So there are many big big lawyer buffet
Mhm.
that acquire a lot of houses, and they're rich because they say I can uh, I can sell you one house of 10 million in 8 million. So everybody says, oh wow, it's really cheaper. Nobody saved me 2 million pesos. But the real is that they are winning like 5 million of pesos. So that's the business.
That's a great business.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Mm.
it's something of save money and trying to
To
buy
buy
that.
those goods, no? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I'm going to investigate about that.
Yes, it's called remates judiciales.
Remates. Wow. Yes, I have heard about that. Yes. Now you are mentioning that. And yes, because when I was looking for an apartment, I saw many advertisements about that. And they say cash only. Cash only. So
Yeah,
you
sure.
cannot pay with a credit with a bank credit.
Yeah,
You need,
sure. It's
you need the cash.
but the lawyers have mm, a good reason to save money because
Uh-huh.
you no these things are not well. It's supposed to be for all the public, general public, but it's not really because you need to check some specific diaries and newspapers official, and also go to the judge and watch the estrado. It's called estrados, and it's like a public place when when the judge or the people working in the judge put some papers with the specification and the dates and the hour from the audiencias
Uh-huh.
to to the public, general public. Come, we are going to really sell a real cheap place in a house.
But it's like
So
a private thing, no? Because I mean, it's not like public. I mean, it's not something that we all know, no?
that's what the lawyers want you to think, but not. It's a public thing, and many people don't say anything. And it's a business because there were guys that said, "Oh, this is really cheap, but don't got the money to buy it, so I'm going to sell it on a new paper or in internet. Hey, I sell $2 million house in 1 million, but give me the money first." So the people give the money, they got the money, and they sell the property in 5,000 pesos, and they said, "Oh, here it is." So
That's
it's
the
really it's
business.
a horrible business maybe, but a good one for the lawyers.
Now I
So
understand
that's
everything.
the deal.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So many people said you, oh, we don't going to give you the house immediately. It's going to late like 5 months,
Uh-huh.
and also it's a big chance for really horrible people to make a big
Horrible people.
fraude. Yes, because many people said you, oh, yes, just give me the money and they will give you a house in 5 months. and you give them the money and they disappear. So
And that never
like like
happened, no? Uh-huh.
like magicians.
Magicians, yes. Well,
Yes.
that is like it's like a high risk, no? When you buy houses or you buy goods in that way, no?
Yes, but sometimes I'm also been looking for. I rent in my department, so I'm trying to get a property of a house of an apartment. So like 3 months ago, maybe 4 or 5, I win it's supposed a contest of to win a credit, and they'll give me like 8,000. See, yes, no, 800,000, right?
Wow.
So I tried to look for a house and like this, and then I think, well, I prefer to save money and make this kind of business in a judge, and don't be well buying something really expensive when I know how it works. So I prefer to wait.
To wait. So do you live in an apartment? You are
Yes,
renting there.
yes, I am.
And is it big? What, how can you describe it? Can you describe it?
Well, it's really little, but it's near from my work, so it is. Let me try to explain myself. It's like I don't need nothing else. Well, I can get something bigger and better, but I don't really need it now. So I suppose it's good for me. I think the time I'm living, I got the best thing I can get, because maybe I can pay a better place, but I don't really need to.
Invest that much, no? But
Yes,
you have a daughter, no? It's a baby daughter. Is she young?
yeah, she's 3 years old.
But those kids need need space. I mean, 3 years old is like where it's a specific time when your baby it's not a
Yeah,
baby
yes.
anymore, and it's needing or begins this independent life with their own bedroom and their own things.
Yeah, sure. It's a little place, but my baby got her own room, and well, yes, the room is her room, but also all the house is her house, because all the toys and all the things are around all the apartment. So, and I like this place because I think there are six buildings with I suppose 12 departments every building. So it's not really tall. It's a 5 floor every one. It's 5 floor tall, and there are big one spaces in the garden and the common areas, and
Uh-huh.
we got like private cups in the entrance. So it's good and it's really cheap.
It sounds good. It sounds very nice. So
Yes,
there are like towers, and you have common areas and security at the front door.
yes, and there were a lot of kids. So I suppose it's like a familiar, um, maybe environment. I don't know. It's really familiar
Uh-huh.
the people that
Okay,
lives in here.
environment.
Uh,
Oh, that's nice.
yes.
So will you change something about your house? Would you change anything?
Well, yes, sure. Everything, but but being real, I don't need to change anything, bro, because I got a good bad screen, a video games, a good one, sound, sound, home theater, and all the services. So I don't really need anything else, but
You like
maybe
your house?
everybody wants a bigger place, right?
But yeah.
But
Oh,
then I think, well, it's really hard to keep clean this place. How I want a bigger one, a place if it's harder to
yes,
clean it.
it's even hard. Well, yes, when you have a house, no, because houses are bigger, no, and
Yes.
you have no common areas, no? And maybe you have more privacy, but you need to do more things, no? Many other things like the cleaning thing, and you need to pay I don't know, the maintenance. I don't know. So I think that in the buildings or in those neighborhoods, like the one where you live, you need to pay like common amounts, not to the maintenance and the security service and all those things. No?
Yes, and we pay it, but it's not really expensive. Are like 400 pesos per month, so it's not impossible to pay. And I think it's a good a good price because we got security 24/7, and people then open the door to. I got my car inside this space, so it's great. Well, there's one thing that I don't really like. I got some neighbors not inside this place where the buildings are like I don't know, outside in the street. I suppose 50 no 200 or 100 meters.
Uh-huh.
There is a place for rent to party and make weddings and all kind of parties. So sometimes there were really loud music.
They're noisy. Oh, yes,
Yes,
they have
that's
parties.
that that's a problem, but
But it's only for the weekends, no? Or not?
yes, yes. Well, there were yes, almost every time is on weekends, but there are moments on even on a Thursday or Tuesday parties. Then I said, don't you need to work tomorrow?
Oh, and December, no? In that month, we have parties
Yes,
every day, no? Almost every day in December. They be
yes, yes, yes,
Paris begin after the December the 15th, no? And it's every
yes.
every yes. Well,
And
it's not.
another things is that in this place I live, it's like a little town, like a little old town where it's like many towns in the la colonia, many
Uh-huh.
towns than pray for a different saint. So sometimes there were also a lot of rockets and fireworks and all that stuff. But I not.
Uh, the celebrations, the church celebrations, you mean?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
But I've been trying to be. I don't know how do you say tolerante.
well, yes, patience.
Yes. So that works and it's good for me. And one day I will leave, I know, but I try to enjoy the moment. So
Well, yes. So
in one
you're,
way or another, it's my daughter first house. So
mhm.
I try to be okay.
Yes, and that's her home, no? It's like the place where she is, you know?
Yes.
Mhm. So, and well, here I put some words to describe a home, positive and negative. You know? So you told me already what you like. You don't, you don't dislike almost nothing, no? From your house. No? What would you change? Well,
Maybe cramps.
oh, yes. What would you change if you could? Would you change something? No, you told me no. I mean, you said that it's not to you, and that's good. Huh? When you like the place you live, or you are in the other side. No?
Yes,
So,
I like the place, but if I can change something, maybe it will be the I got one I don't know how do you say officer or a private cop. It's like a watcher. I don't know. The guy that is on the entrance from the area and open the door to get in with the cars.
uh huh.
I suppose that people is really lazy and sleepy ones. So
Really?
I think we need better people, maybe younger or more professional. I don't know.
Because sometimes those officers, because they work with some specific arm of the police organization, no? Because the ones that I know, one in the places where I live, those ones are paid by the neighborhood, by the neighbors, but they are police officers, so they got two checks. I mean, one from the government and the other one for the neighborhood. So
Wow. Well,
maybe
I suppose it's really hard because the official police got no many times to rest. I think they work like
20,
24 for 48. I suppose they call like that. So they work 24 hours and they rest 48.
48, yes.
But I suppose that if they have a work like this one in a private environment, I'm sure they are going. Maybe that's the reason because they are really sleepy and lazy.
And sleepy and lazy. But well, there are some that are like a little bit rude, no? I have known some of those officers that are like rude,
Well,
like very strict. Yeah? Those
well, yes, maybe. So sometimes I saw them and I think, well, they are really got a extremely squared brain.
uh,
When they say you can pass because I don't know you and nobody told me you will pass to someone of the buildings, many people stay outside waiting and calling the person are going to visit, and the police says no way you can pass.
I
So
think
that's good.
I think they enjoy that, no, because I
Yes,
don't
it's
know if
the authority,
it's like
their
feeling
authority
power.
moment.
It's like feeling power. I'm the one. I think
Yes,
they
I
enjoy
suppose
that.
it's the moment when they feel themselves,
Yeah,
I'm a real one police and a badass police.
yes, I think it's that. I was working like 1 year ago. I was working in a school, and well, they have those guards at the front door, but these ones are armed. I mean, they have a gun all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they are carrying a gun all the time. But the most of them were very kind. But there was a specific police officer that was very, very rude, but rude with parents, with teachers, with everybody. So
Wow.
that's like my experience with those police officers.
Well, I suppose that one officers are trained. Oh, I heard there are like schools, officer schools,
Mm.
and
They there is an academy, no? Like police academy.
yes, but it's horrible because that academy is the one that received the money, and they pay to the officer a really low money. So the other day I was talking with one of these officers, and I say them I hear that they work the same like 24 for 48, and they want per month like 1500 pesos. It's
Mm,
horrible. I don't know how you can have a family and got a good one meals with that salary. It's really sad.
and really low. Well, yeah, it's a more than impossible. No, 1,500 per month or every 15 days.
Yes, and that's the thing that everybody's doing. Huh? It's another one. Time to the lawyer tip. But well,
Oh, yeah.
the many employers said I don't want to have to pay all the rights I need, all the obligations I have to pay to my workers. So what they do is it's like contratar or got a treat with one enterprise, then it's the one that then give the people way. The employers don't need to don't have any obligations with the people they work.
They hired, yes. It's sad
Yes, it's like
because
yeah, it's
because
called
when
outsourcing.
uh-huh. And when you're young and you're like at the beginning of your career, those things are like sad, no? Like demotivated. Oh, no.
Yes,
So you told me that you live with your family, right? It's only your wife and your daughter. You don't live with anyone else?
no, it's only us, the three of us. But I also visit regular with my mom, to my dad,
Uh-huh.
and live really near from here. So from I don't know, Monday to Friday are only we the three of us.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes in at weekends I try to visit my family on or wife or my family um, um, to share moments and be together. But yes, in this department only live a baby and a couple.
You and your wife and with your baby. So have you ever lived with roommates or
Sorry,
friends?
what?
Have you ever lived with roommates? You know, in the States that is
Yes,
popular. When you're studying in
yes.
the university, you live with roommates or with friends.
Well, I remember it's a funny story. Well, now it's funny, but when I was like 25 years, I have troubles with my brother and my mother. So I
Mhm.
said, let me tell you something. I'm already working. I'm a complete lawyer. See you. I'm going to live with one friend.
Ah,
So I live with one friend and his family for 6 months, I think. But then my mother and my brothers come to me and say me, no, please return to the house.
oh
So
yeah,
I say,
they said,
okay, okay, because the true story is that there's no place like your house,
like no, that is like
like your home.
yeah, that is
So
but
I remember sometimes some things I miss. That my mother always wake up me and tell me, well, I'm a grown man, I know, but she tell me, oh my baby, here's your breakfast. Oh, that was great.
and she still does that when you are with her.
Well, now I live with my wife and my baby, so I don't got free breakfast, but I try to remember the good things and try to give to my daughter the good things I received for when I was a child.
Your child.
So
That's
that's important, right?
so yes, it is. So have you ever lived alone? I mean, only you by yourself?
No, never, never. I always want to. I been hearing a podcast today, and that says something like you need to live alone for some one moment in your life, in your youth life, because you got a lot of how do you say, like autoconocimiento and sense of learning and conciencia of
Conscious.
how you work. You start to get this consciencia of all the things you need to buy. There's nothing free. You are in this world. The principal and most important thing is you. So you need to work to be better. And I don't know. I suppose I know. I know all of these things, but of course I learn it with problems and trouble.
Hmm.
So
We always
maybe
learn like that,
when
no?
when yes, yes. So I suppose we need to be alone in our lives in
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah, and at a certain point, no, but not always. I mean, loneliness is not good, not all the time. So I know
Yes.
what these questions are about your family. I know what about your family, but about your daughter. How can you describe your daughter or living with your daughter, being a father?
Well, it's just a beautiful thing, but it's not really easy. When she was a real baby, not now. She's 3 years now, 3 years and a half. But when she born and the first weeks was really difficult because the doctor said you. Well, first my wife was pregnant and her tummy starts to grow up. So just you talk to the baby, you sing her, but then you go to the doctor, and then the doctor said you, well, there's your wife, there's your baby, see you, and that's really, it's like
Shocking.
a different thing, really shocking
Mhm.
because you don't know how to carry, how to take care of a baby. But at the time, I think that the time is that it's really wise and and everything start to flow. And now my baby, she can speak to me. She told me she loved me. She showed me, oh, but dad, hug me. So it's great. And
Mhm.
now she also is in English class at her school. So sometimes I try to talk her in English, and it's beautiful knowing that, and it's really important also know that you are the you got the obligation to get that little human being
Mhm.
and try to make her a good one citizen.
Yeah.
So I try. It's really hard because sometimes you lose your patience. But I try to give her the good one things that I received when I was a child, and I try to don't do and to fix all the things that when I was a child that I think doesn't work. So so it's great. It's a nice experience, and
Yeah.
I know that every moment I'm waiting. I'm really waiting with a lot of of happiness when she start to ask questions for everything.
And she
And
will.
I yes, I think I got 4 years or 5. She will start, but yes, that will be great
Yeah.
because I
Well,
want to make her a strong woman
so,
and one in the good sense one I want she quest everything. I don't know how do you say question.
ask,
Always que siempre esté dudando y que siempre esté preguntándose por qué ocurren las cosas.
analyze
Because
it.
I know many people that they don't know why they are in the earth and why they are living, and they are really wrong people. I know once a girl with 20 years that said, "I don't know what I like, I don't know what I dislike, I don't know what I do," uh, that's horrible because I think it's many of the new generations are growing like this,
Mhm.
empty, and want all the good things in life. They think that they can have it really fast and at the moment, and the good one things in life are really hard to get, and not it's not a one day job, so it's many years.
Yeah, and never
So I
knew.
think that my daughter needs I want her that her got a solid think way to think and to live. So it's really hard, but I know some one day I will be really proud of her.
Yes, that's the thing. Because once you have decided to get into that ship, you cannot get down. I mean, now that you are a father, So the things are changing and changing. And at the beginning, it was a baby, and has it was difficult, but now it's a little bit easier. But it's new, and there are different things that are also difficult. And then it will come to school, no, and then she's gonna grow up, and she's going to become to a young lady, and then the things are going to be harder and harder. So once you are there,
Yeah, sure.
you cannot get down. No? But it's nice. I have two daughters, and one of my daughters is 19. So she was born when I was very young, and now I know what is like to pass all those stages of life, no, with a girl. So having a girl is different than having a boy. So girls
Yes.
are like,
Well, I think I never will have a boy or another girl. I think that I want to give all my time and all my money for only one person. So I want only my daughter, and that's all. But
oh,
I don't know. Maybe one day, right?
yes, you never say never.
Sure.
Never say never. So have you traveled together, you and your family?
Yes, we used to travel in vacations and in
I
long weekends.
I think you told me
We
that.
try to. My mother have a vacation house in Guerrero in Acapulco.
You told me that. Yes, I
So
remember. That
yes,
you go to Acapulco. Yes, that is
yes. So we travel there often.
to have your private house is nice. Many of them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, I would like to have one there. No, one not in Acapulco because Acapulco is not my place. No,
Yes,
but
you told me that
maybe yes,
the past the last week.
yeah. It was like, no, this is not your place. Go somewhere else. So, well, we talk a lot. We always talk a lot about
Yes.
everything, no? Yes. So, and we finish for today. So, let me say hello to Octavio. Octavio got into our class like 10 minutes ago. Octavio, can you listen to me? I think he can listen, but I don't know if he can speak. So the thing is that we finished this reunion, and it was, as always, Omar, a great pleasure
Yes.
to be talking to you. So
Oh,
it's
it's a
very
pleasure
nice.
for me.
Thank you so much for being working here. And
I
I
think I still like an old computer. Yo me trabo un poco, but I'm sure that if I'm still speaking and got a great teacher like you,
oh, thank
really
you.
soon I can get a more fluid conversation.
I think you have a very good level, like English level. So we need to speak about many different topics, and you will see after a few weeks, you're gonna have you're gonna be, well, you have fluency. I mean, you have a very nice level, very good level. So thank you
Thank
so
you. I
much.
hope so.
So let's
Thank you.
stop here, and I hope to see you next week. Okay.
See you. Have a good night.
You too. Have a great night and a great week.
See you.
Okay. Take care. Bye.